Hello and welcome back to LRS Consult. This is our YouTube channel, and today we'll be talking about the Ausbildung. What is an Ausbildung? An Ausbildung is a vocational training, a system where you work for a company and at the same time you're trained in a school and you get paid. So this means while you're training, you get payment, you get more like a salary from your employer. And it usually lasts for 2 to 3.5 years. It usually lasts for 2 to 3.5 years, depending on the company or institution that you'll be working for. I do the Ausbildung. So why is it a great part? Guess why? Because you're not only training and while being trained, and after your Ausbildung training, you get direct employment. Most people get direct employment from the institutions where they do their Ausbildung, and some not. But that is the good thing about doing an Ausbildung in Germany. Now, there are different kinds of Ausbildung. There is one called the Dual Ausbildung, and then the other one, Schulische Ausbildung. But the one that concerns you right now is the Dual Ausbildung, where you work and then you're trained and you earn. So, examples of various Ausbildung sectors where you can actually do an Ausbildung include doing in healthcare, so in the nursing where a lot of persons ask questions, and also you can also do in IT and technology. So you can do an Ausbildung also in IT for someone who is interested in doing an Ausbildung in the IT field. You can also do an Ausbildung in the engineering field. So Ausbildung in engineering, you can also do that, and also in the hospitality. So when I say hospitality, it doesn't mean in the hospital. So, but when it comes to hotel and all that, you can also do an Ausbildung there. Also, you can do an Ausbildung in logistics, retail and logistics. You can do an Ausbildung in that, and trade and crafts. These are a list of places, or a list of, do I say, how do I call this now? A list of trainings or vocational trainings that you can do in Germany. Who can do an Ausbildung? A lot of people say, oh, I'm 30, I'm 35, I'm 40. Can I do an Ausbildung? Well, these are a few things that you need to have. And before we get to the part of the age, to know if you can do an Ausbildung, you need educational requirements and just a secondary school leaving certificate. So for those who have their YX certificate, with your YX certificate, that's the first thing that you can provide for the Ausbildung. Now, this does not mean that if you have your bachelor's degree or your master's degree, you cannot do an Ausbildung. It's just to let those who have just the YX, who have just concluded their secondary school, to know that, yes, with just the YX certificate, you can. Secondly, the language. This is very important. You need the German language level. And for the German language, you need up to the B1. Now, there are some institutions, there are some companies that would take the B1. However, for some professions, you would need up to the B2. But even if you have the B1, don't stop there, right? We can reach out to institutions on your behalf, or you can do that. And then they would also accept you, and then with hopes that you also get to the B2 level. But it is mandatory that you have the B1 level. Next, the age. I know that's what you've been waiting for. Now, although there is no required or strict age limit, most of the trainings that have applied for the Ausbildung are between the ages of 18 to 35. And employers also prefer younger candidates, but then older applicants are possible, especially in fields that are being sought for in Germany. Older applicants can also make their application. If you're 40, 45, in the field of nursing, you can make an application. And yes, one other thing you also need is your valid passport, and you need to have clean records. You know what I mean by clean records. I guess this is a lot of information. So now let's take a deep breath together. Good. How do we start the application? After you've had all these documents, this information, how do I start my application? The first thing, you have to think. Think about what Ausbildung you want to do. What do I want to be trained in? Would it be IT? Would it be nursing because everybody says nursing? Would it be in logistics? What do I find myself interested in doing that I hope to do within these 3 years? Secondly, improve your German language. Not just the hello, guten Morgen, no, but you should be able to interact. You have to know how to introduce yourself, how you're able to discuss with people like, hello, Wie geht's? Ich bin, ja, ich mache eine Ausbildung. And then also you then have to go write the German language exam. So for you who's currently in their A1 class, A2 class, or maybe in the B1 already, so you also make sure that you write the exam, go to exam, and you get the certificate. I mean, not just go to, you also have the TELC, whichever is available in your country of origin, you also write and you have the certificate handy. Now, what next do you have to do? Oh, I have my WAEC, I have the language, I can speak to a certain level. Oh, but I've been looking for an Ausbildung place. Stay right here. Now, the next, we're going to go through the list of, places or websites where you can find available Ausbildung opportunities. By the way, Elaris Consult is partnering with an organization here in Germany called MedConnect to find, institutions or companies where you can do your Ausbildung. What you have to do is to reach out, send us an email, or you can also drop in the comment section, and then we will reach out to you directly and put you in touch with them. Now, for those who would like to do the process themselves, this is the next step you'll have to take. Some of the trusted website, number one, is Make It in Germany. So on their website, you will see available Ausbildung positions that are open in Germany. Secondly, you can see ausbildungmarkt.com. There you can find a list of available Ausbildung opportunities also in Germany. Thirdly, you can check azubi.de. Most of the times during our live sessions, we share this information. So you can check Azubi.io, you can check ausbildung.de, and lots more. I think this I've mentioned they're enough for you to go through and look for opportunities yourself. Now, remember that when it comes to the timing, most dual Ausbildung positions usually start in August, September, between August and September. And the applications are opening up to a year before. So that means if you would like to do an Ausbildung, say in IT, and you have all your documents, the applications could be open this year for a start next year, or even for a start same year. But early in the year, you start the application for you to start the Ausbildung late in the year. Keep in mind also the visa appointment timelines at the German consulate in your country of origin. What next? The next thing is that you should get an interview with the institution or company in Germany, and then you get your employment contract. I call it employment contracts. Anyways, okay, the Ausbildung contract, if that's what you like to call it, right? Once you have the interview and then you get the signed Ausbildung contract, you're thinking of you're thinking of going to the German consulate for your visa appointment or how to start your application. Please reach out to Elaris Consult. We support with relocation to Germany, and we can support you with the whole process, the documents that you require, how to book an appointment, and in case you have issues making use of the new portal, which is the consular portal, we can also support you. That is what we do. We try to make the work easy for you. So please, if you are at that stage, you can send us an email, drop in the comments, and we will reach out to you to support your process. Please note that it comes with a fee. So please visit our website for more information. Let me tell you something shocking. Do you know that there is actually a special visa to arrive Germany if you don't have an Ausbildung contract yet, but then you have, this document? But that's not the point we have today. Now, what do you expect during an Ausbildung? You earn, and then many trainees afterwards, they stay with their employers after they finish their training. Yeah. So you get a contract. You don't need to present a blocked account again, which is the reason why a lot of people have a lot of thoughts. Oh, I don't have this money to put in a blocked account. And then once that is done, you arrive Germany, you start training, and you earn at the same time. And after these 3 years, some employers keep back their trainees while some of them look elsewhere, especially maybe they don't like how much the employer is paying, or they would like to move to a different city entirely in Germany. Thanks for watching. If you want more in-depth, one-to-one personalized session about this process, the Ausbildung, or probably a different class of visa or a different legal pathway to move to Germany, please send us an email, book a one-on-one session on our website, and we will schedule a call with you, and we see you in Germany. Do not forget to subscribe here on our YouTube page. Click the notification bell so that when we are live, you can join us live and ask your questions. Goodbye.